Anything Goes Podcast, man. It's your boy, Sean Peoples. Hey, people, listen, man. If you like our vibes, you like the movement, like, subscribe, share, comment in the comment section, ring the notification bell so you can keep up with everything that we got going on, man. Jump in the community tab and vote. Vote on everything that you see we have up there for you to vote on. Don't forget that the community tab is where we keep you fully informed on what's going on with the channel new. Anything new that's going on with the channel, you'll see that in the community tab first. That's where you're going to find out all that information first. And do remember, every Thursday night, we do a live podcast where you can join in with phone calls. You can join in the comment section. We go from 8 to 10 plus, like Mr. Razor would say, 8 to 10 plus. We just have some fun up there, man. We just have a great night. We enjoy it. We have good conversation. Yo, I'm here with my broski Short, man. I'm here with my brother, Mr. Razor. Yo, Mr. Razor, what's going on with you, man?
Hey, man, I'm here chilling, man. I'm looking outside and it's raining, man. That's the weather report today. It's raining.
Man, you got it right today. The weatherman finally got one right today, man. You know, I went outside and it was raining, you know. Short, man, what's going on with you, my brother?
Yeah, man. Living unloving life, man. Happy to be with the bros, chilling, man. Ready to get it popping.
Yeah, another day, another dollar. Yo, my brothers, I want to have this conversation with y'all, man. I want to throw this, you know, I was picking up my pencil and I'm we're going to jot down no notes, man. We're just going to have a real conversation on this one, man. We're going to talk about why people believe in conspiracy theories so much, man. What's going on with that, man? I do know the government has done some shady stuff in the past, but why is it that people believe in this conspiracy theory thing so much? I don't get it, man. What's going on with that? You know, I wonder what could all of this like information type of conspiracies and some of the stuff, I do understand that. Some of the stuff that people believe in, though, brothers, just downright outrageous, man. What do you think this come from, Sharp, man?
Man, look. Probably guessing, start from way back in the day, probably people tell stories. And they tell a little story to one person. And by the time, it could be a true story they told her, by the time it gets to a few more people down the line, it's into something wholly different that you don't even recognize the story anymore. And there you have a conspiracy born, because everybody's going to pass it around too. So the part that was true, not even recognizable anymore. It's gone. It's like different. So, and I think that's kind of coming to the information age now, where we have the internet, you know, smartphones, you know, all these different social media platforms. And now it's, you know, you got those people that we call low information people, where they hear the first thing they hear, they go tell it to their friend, and that friend go pass it around. And a lot of times what they're hearing is stuff that they may already believe, or there are people that are susceptible to believe in stuff that they hear rather than go research for themselves. So I think a lot of that has to do with people just don't want to go look for information beyond what their friend tell them is okay. They pass it on, share it on their social media, and now other people are passing around without anybody going to research it for the most part. I think that's a lot of it.
What would you call them? Low information people?
Low information people, man. They just take the first thing they hear. You know, they have a thing they call low information voters. So that's the person that don't go out and look at the issues and seek out the issues and find out what the issues are about. They just follow the first thing they hear, which could be garbage, and they may go vote on that, which really, that's not really, sometimes it's against their own interest, but they haven't took the time to go research it. So low information.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I see some of the stuff on the web, on social media, and sometimes I'm baffled that some of the people that I realize believe in it, because it doesn't have a cutoff section. Sometimes you would think that it'll be like uneducated people that believe some of the stuff.
Oh,
Sometimes it'd be top-notch, high-class people pushing this misinformation about stuff. And I had to check a friend the other day on something that he was putting out there. And, you know, when you know, it was going back and forth for a while, and then when he went to actually look it up, he texted me like later on down the night. He was like, "Hey, bro, you was right. But, man, I'm not changing my answer on Facebook."
Right. So you see what I'm saying? So even if you were right, this person is not willing to backtrack on the bias that he already confirmed. Even if found out that is wrong, he's like, "Oh no, man. Hey, man, you're right. But guess what, man? I got you."
And then you have a bunch of people that may believe what he is thinking, and he's not going to change that perspective.
Yep. Because I'm sure, because he's a higher up in the military, so I'm sure the lower ranking people that's following him on social media see it, and I'm pretty sure it'll give them some belief, because they got to think that, hey man, he's top notch, so he got to know what he's talking about, so I'm gonna run with him. And here he is texting me in the night telling me I'm right, but refuse to change that he's wrong on social media. It doesn't make any sense to me, but
And that's how stuff gets ruined. That's how people get ruined. They get the wrong information. They keep passing it on. And that's how it flourishes online. The same thing, man. It's crazy.
All the time, bro. All the time.
Crazy.
So, Mr. Razor, man, where you think this nonsense come from, man? What you think?
Man, I think nowadays social media has a big part to do with it. The social media is just take this conspiracy theory by storm. It's like, man, it's once one thing get put out there, is uncontrollable. Even if it's for like 1 minute, once it's out there, it's out there. And I think that's the biggest problem. And to be honest with you, I myself is guilty of hearing something and believing it. But one thing with me is I always go and do my research, and I might hear somebody say something, and I might be like, I'm like, man, that's crazy, but then I go and I look it up and I'm like, man, this person was talking nonsense, So the second part to it is, when we hear something, is we have to make sure that we do our research. Don't just hear something and not do our research and run with that belief, because you could be running with nonsense, and that's what's happening a lot of times in society today, where people just believe some ridiculous stuff, and you're just like, man, how some of the stuff don't even sound logical.
Yeah, all right, outrageous. You're like,
yeah.
But that's crazy though. But even the stuff that sounds plausible, doesn't mean, a lot of stuff you hear sounds plausible. It sounds like it could be true.
Yeah.
But if you read like a couple sentences, you'll figure out, oh, that is just crazy. That somebody, but they don't even do that. They just, like you said, you do your research, but they don't even go that far. They're like, oh man, let me send this to Betty Sue. Let me send this to Billy. Let me send this to Rowan around, and let me send this to so. I'm like, no,
all over the place.
And it's all over the place. Yeah,
they argue.
Everybody,
you stupid when you tell them that's not true, bro. No, man, I tell you.
And like you said, even with your friend, even sometimes when the truth do come out and the facts come out, they still refuse to believe it. It's like we believe. It's like nowadays in society, like we just believe the negative, and if it's positive, we don't believe.
I have family members that send me crazy stuff, conspiracy stuff, and I have to just tell them, thank you, and move out, go about my business.
I block one of them. I hope she don't watch this and get upset when she when I block.
I can't do it, man. I mean, it's crazy. All right, so they are some people putting chips in people and stuff. I had somebody actually send me a device to scan that you used to scan dogs. You put like chips in them. You used to actually scan. Somebody sent me one in the mail. Now, come on, man. How crazy is that? Sent me one in the mail.
I wonder what
I freaked out when I got it.
I wonder what do you guys think this is?
I mean, it might track.
I'm just wondering. Maybe I'm stupid. But I'm just wondering, what do we call this?
Nobody's listening to that. Nobody's tracking you on that.
That you take everywhere with you. That you all type of stuff on. That you put all your personal information on.
Hey,
I mean, you log into a million websites. You log into a million websites every day, but nobody knows where you are.
Yeah, that means nothing. That's stupid. They're putting chips in us.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
Even your cars, look how many
Come on.
technologies
Yeah.
in cars. They can't track your car.
What is
They
this?
can't do none of that stuff.
What is this I have on my wrist?
That GPS in the car computer, oh, that's nothing. They can't get. That's not what the police use. That's not what the police use to get information every time to see where your car's been.
GPS in my watch that track how much miles I walk and tell me every location I've been to with the last month.
It only works for you walking. That's all. It only works for you walking. That's all. It doesn't do anything else.
You know what it is? Nobody likes the truth when the lie is much better.
Oh yeah, they say a lie go around the world several times before the truth even take off.
Yep. Nobody likes the truth. The lie just seems so much more feasible.
So much more sexier than the truth.
And when the truth comes out, it's like
it's too late.
It's too late. The lies that got lost in the sauce.
Y'all are right about that. Because sometimes, even in a different situation, to break off from this a little bit, even in a different situation, somebody get accused of something, then they find out that they didn't do it. You never hear that they come back and say, "Well, this person didn't do it." They still leave the narrative of them doing
it. Leave it out there. Yeah. Leave it out there. It's just hanging.
Yeah.
Just hanging.
And it's the same thing that comes with this too. I mean, I do understand that, especially living here in the States, that the government will give you plenty of reason to feel suspicious.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, there's plenty of stories back in history that, that they've done stuff that's come out in documentaries and whatever. Yeah, we know this.
What I want to know is how a dude that didn't graduate high school, didn't pass the 9th grade, know more information about history and time than anybody else in the world. Where did he learn this information from?
Yeah, I wonder.
Who taught you this, buddy?
Reading is fundamental.
Very. And you got some of these guys that go read a little stuff on the internet and take bits and pieces of it and try to educate people when they're giving people. They're like false prophets. They give you bits and pieces of this information, and it hurts people like that, man. You telling people nonsense. You believe telling people that this came from, that came from, and then they contradicting themselves in the same line. Like I heard somebody saying they don't believe in God, but he prays to the Almighty every day. And who's the Almighty?
That's confusing.
Yeah. I don't know. What are you talking about? You believe in something then? No, the gods, our ancestors are our gods. Then say that. You can't say you don't believe in God, but then say you pray to him at the end of the day. That doesn't make any sense, brother. You're confused.
We're in an age of disinformation.
Very.
And I think, as we can see, that disinformation makes money,
man.
And people
got some of the biggest networks on TV. They pride themselves in giving misinformation. That's what that's how they make millions.
Yeah.
Hurting people by giving them disinformation all over the country, just killing people with misinformation.
Yeah, that's a shame, man. That's a shame, man. And it doesn't, and it affects. There's no cutoff. There's no one set of people. It affects everybody equally, right? It's just, I like to use my word proliferate. It just spreads like wildfire, right? It doesn't. There's nobody that's like excluded. I mean, you could be from the person that's low educated to the most educated people. I've seen doctors spewing craziness sometimes.
But the next thing to this, there's no accountability for these people that's spreading this information.
Because it's freedom of speech. You can just say any crazy stuff except yelling fire in a crowded theater.
You're right. But when you're hurting people, I feel like there should be a punishment for that.
Be a punishment, but we already know the big herder. The herder in chief done hurt thousands of people and gone on, and ain't nothing happened to him. So what do we expect? But I want to say this though. Sometimes you on the internet, right? I've ran into people like this. I don't know if you guys have ran into it, so I'm gonna give you an example. So I'm there arguing with somebody. They go find, saying they do research, go find a website, momandpops.com. Or some crazy website like that, bring you back the information. I'm like, bro, did you even see where you're getting this information from? Like, look at the name of the website.
Yeah.
Does this website even look like it's credible to you?
They They don't discern anything.
Something you should have learned in school where you know where you get your accredited source.
Yes, cite your source and look it up again. Make sure that make sure that it's right. You can't just it's falling out the sky and then tell me if you go to ladonna.com say who is LaDonna and what
And the funny thing is, and some of them know credible sources. Yeah, some of them know. Yeah, I mean, some of them just know credible sources. They know credible sources, but they refuse to go to the credible sources because they want something that confirms what they've been told. Because they don't want to be wrong in front of you. They don't want to come back and tell you that, hey, I misspoke. My bad. I'm sorry. They don't want to say that. None of that stuff. They'd rather be wrong till the end.
Friend, I think he knew he was wrong way before, but he knew that he had to give me an apology. So instead of saying it on the comments that we was going back and forth on, he called me way down in the night to tell me, bro, you was right, but I ain't about to change my answer on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, but imagine the kind of ego that lets somebody do that knows something is wrong, but yet are unwilling to just say, you know what, my bad. Because saying my bad and fixing that comment is gonna help somebody else. And just unwilling to do that. Just imagine the kind of selfishness that even takes.
But you know, you brought up a great point. Like you said, a lot of people pride themselves on following people that's higher up, you know, and they'll follow these people to the end of time, you know, because they have a so-called ranking, you know, or so-called power, you know.
Society, so they stand out in society about some way.
Yes, and they'll follow these people. So you know, when if they see that they're wrong, they should change and say, hey, I was wrong, you know, and let it be on the record. But you know, sometimes even when they do go on the record and say this, it already spread it. So
that is too funny, man.
Man, I don't think, I don't know. I didn't want to say I don't think. Cause I'm confused right now with these people around here.
All I could say, man, is do your research, man. Don't just listen to everything you hear out there. Like I said, me myself has been guilty of hearing something and running with it, and
but you consecutively do it. When you
what did I say earlier? I was bewildered, and I still am. Some of the stuff that I hear sometimes, I'm like, oh my gosh, are you serious? Are we really?
They be getting bamboozled, left astray,
led amok.
I don't get it, but I do realize that we're, like Mr. Razor said, we're in a era where it's misinformation, disinformation, and it doesn't seem like it's going to stop anytime soon, because I do realize it's a trend in the world that goes on at times, and sometimes it lasts for about 5 to 10 years that you see a certain type of thing happen, and it keep consecutively happening until I guess people get smart enough to be like, hey, this is stupid. Why am I believing?
But what about the idea that it could be alternative facts? What is that even?
Hey,
like, what is that even? Alternative fact? No.
Listen, man, you can't have a conversation with people that think like that. You just gotta let them have it. You won this one because you're gonna go home with your head hurting, and you might end up in a tussle with that person. So
I always hear people saying online, those media types, you're entitled to your own opinion, but not your own facts.
Yeah, exactly.
You're entitled to your own opinion, but not your own facts.
Opinion, but not your own facts.
Not your own facts. No, that's
trying to make stuff up.
Yes.
You can't just run with whatever you feel like run with and try to get people to run along with you. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
That's not how any of this works.
Insane, man.
Not how any of this works.
Yeah, I'm left confused a lot of times when I see some of these stories.
I've been run them up, my brother.
Utterly confused sometimes.
Like you say, your head hurts.
About 6 or 7 Tylenols after I get off Facebook. So much I can look at some of the stuff and realize that, like, with me personally, I can look at stuff and tell you this is fake. And when I go look it up, if you click on it, you see the website it take you to sometimes. So you already know that this is trash.
Yeah.
So, but hey man, people gonna believe what they want to believe. So my brothers, I enjoyed this conversation with y'all, man. Sometimes we have to get a laugh. Sometimes we have to put, while we're educating, we have to do it fun. We have to, sometimes you can't let people realize that you're educating them when you're talking to them about some stuff. So you just have to make it fun. And maybe if we can get 2 or 3 people to pick up, even 1 people to pick up on, hey man, I should look into stuff before I just jump into believing it, then we have done a great job today.
That's it.
Credible websites, credible, not scam.com.
Yeah,
not scam likely.
Yeah, my mama just jumped off the front table, or the wolf.com. Like, come on, really? But yeah, man, it's the Anything Goes Podcast. Your boy Sean Peoples. I'm here with Mr. Razor. I'm here with Sharp, man. Listen, people, you like our vibes, you like the movement, like, subscribe, share, comment in the comment section, ring the notification bell so you can keep up with everything that we got going on. Jump in the community tab and vote. And also remember, the community tab is where you find information about what's going on with the channel, what we doing, what we got coming up. And every Thursday night, we'll be up on the live. And sometimes some other nights throughout the week, you'll see us up there just doing something important sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Hey, people, brothers, let's be out of here.